Hello there guys, this is Olifré X here, and welcome to a new section on my time trial videos, which I call the time trial analysis. I'll be commentating over the run on certain sections that were good, sections that were bad, why I made certain plays, or why I went for this strat and didn't go for the other strat, or which one is faster or slower. Just my general thoughts about my run. This is something I want to do from now on for every time trial video I make. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I can give my comments very detailed on every section of the run where I want to, instead of typing out a very long description where I describe what went good or bad. With this I can show you exactly what I mean on what went good or what went bad. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so over here the idea is that you go very wide, so that you're able to take the coal cut a lot tighter on a different alignment, so that you're able to not be stuck in the grass for very long, so that you're able to hit the concrete floor as soon as possible, which I know that path goes into the cut alongside the rail, and you want to hit that as soon as possible, which over here I did alright. Not you can be a lot more tighter, you can hit the road much more faster, but over here I did it alright. I didn't get any bounces in the cut, well I mean exiting the cut, because you can get bounces exiting the cut, but over there I did it pretty fine. Alright, the grass cut was a bit high. Right here the grass cut on 200cc is faster to do it without a wheelie, because if you go for a wheelie you get a lot more air and it's a lot more awkward to actually survive, survive after the grass cut. You can do it, but because you'll be doing a wheelie, you'll be going a lot more further, you'll have a lot more chance of hitting the rock. Plus, if you go for the coal cut shroomless, I didn't mention that earlier, the recovery after the grass cut is actually different. The way how the water current works is, it depends on when exactly you enter the water. So when I go for the coal shroomless, I enter the water a lot earlier, which means my recovery over here will take a little bit longer than usual. If you look at the old strat, I used to go for the low trick, I entered the water a whole lot later. So if I went for the grass cut then, my recovery was pretty much instant. And what I mean by recovery, like the water current pushes you back forward. So over here, you could see that I was getting pushed quite close to the rock. If I went for wheelie, I would have been fucked for sure. But I didn't go for wheelie and it was all fine. I still had a high grass cut though. If you can get a high grass cut where you'll be pushed into the rock no matter what, but you can also get a low one where you'll be safe for sure and you'll be able to do a wheelie right after. But in this case I had to keep on drifting without doing a wheelie. Alright, so this section is very awkward. On 200cc you can get a lot more bounces, so in this turn I have to start out as wide as possible. Right here I kinda risked it by going tighter, much more faster than I usually do, so you could see that I was going a lot more wider at the end of the turn. That's not what I want to go for, but I just happened to do this in this run, I guess. You could also see I had a small bounce, which kinda messed me up, but I guess the rest was fine. Alright, so I go for rock trick here, which is indeed the fastest way of doing this section. Thanks to the Lura strat, taking the waterfall shortcut coming up next is a lot easier. The shortcut itself is pretty awkward. What I try to do is after I go for did the rock cut, I try to go to the left as much as possible, so that I'll be able to take the waterfall cut as tight as possible. Well, I try to enter it being as tight as possible, so that I can use my mushroom pretty much instantly. But over here I had to kind of wait until I use my shroom, just to be able to get my character to be to the right more enough. But because if you enter the cut and shroom instantly, you'll be flying to the left, even though you're holding right, because the turn is just that tight. So okay, I got a 0.8, a mid 0.8, which is alright. That's about average what I get. I try to aim for a 0.7, even a 0.6, which are possible, but even on 200cc, Casey is inconsistent as hell. So yeah, yeah, it's a treat to play. I got the bounce landing there. That was unlucky. Alright, so over here you could see I had bounces when I exited the Colcat. I kinda noticed it late, so I released my mini turbo during a bounce, which costed me some time. Okay, so this grass cut was very good. It was lower, so I could go for the wheelie. Alright, so this turn shows pretty well what I like to go for. I start out wide, then go tighter. Sadly, the zapper was in my way, so I had to hold my drift just a little bit longer. Alright, so this turn was wide and awkward zapper. Alright, so this was a low 0.8, which actually surprised me, because I was stuck in that cut for a while. And the zappers and the U-turn were kind of awkward. So seeing a low 0.8 was actually like, okay. Alright, so that grass cut was very awkward. I had a high one, so I had to hope that the recovery was going to be good and in time before I hit a wall, which happened. So that was good, but I had to stay in a drifting state, or else I would have been fucked for sure. Drifting over the grass there was not intended. Alright, so right here I noticed my alignment was a lot to the left when exiting the waterfall. So I did a small drift to the right to just kind of like save my alignment. But because you're going so fast, you start bouncing everywhere, so I just started a new drift very early on, just to make sure that I wouldn't just drive out of the road. And I'd say I saved it pretty nicely. I had a bounce on the turn and I had to hold my mini turbo, so that was unfortunate. I think if I just got the waterfall exit nicely and did the turn alright, I would have been able to beat this zapper. But yeah, it happens. Okay, a 0.5. I mean, it's good, but I'm very sure a sub is definitely possible here. A mid 137. Right now my splits. What are my best splits? A low 0.6 lap 1 and then a 496 lap 2 and 3. So yeah, a mid 37 is possible. I can see a 36 even be possible in the future, but that will require a lot of rock grinding. My splits don't give me that just yet, but I can see it happening. Alright, that's it of my analysis. Again, this will be something I will be doing for every time to a video from now. I actually like doing it like this. Like this I can just add my commentary, explain what I think of the run, and just pause whenever I want and explain some stuffs. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.